In this video, we will explore Optilogic's exciting new Lumina Tariff Optimizer. We will see how we can illuminate the impact of rapidly changing tariffs and then optimize the end-to-end supply chain to minimize the impact of additional tariffs and duties. Let's hop on over and explore the new capabilities in Cosmic Frog. We can see that there's a new tariffs table in our data model, and in here we can define the origin, where the product was originally sourced, and also the destination, where the product will be ultimately consumed. And against each of these paths, we're able to define the duty rate, any additional costs associated with the units that are being moved, and also harmonized system or HS codes, which will allow us to look up the latest duty rates, and we'll explore this later in the video. And now all we have to do is run network optimization to optimize the entire end-to-end supply chain, considering all those tariffs and associated duties. Now let's go to analytics and take a look at the results. We've actually run three scenarios. The first scenario, our baseline, represents tariffs before any recent increases. And we can see here that the total tariff cost is about 222 million across our end-to-end supply chain. The next scenario represents our baseline, our current supply chain, but with the new increased tariffs. And we can see here that has a significant impact. Tariff costs actually increased to 615 million from 220. And then we remove all the constraints and we optimize our end-to-end supply chain. And we can see here that this, even with the new increased tariffs, significantly reduces the impact to cost and profitability. And the total tariff cost, even with the new tariffs, is now reduced to 274 million. Now let's take a look at some more detail with new standard dashboards that are available. So we can see that we're looking at the baseline and we're looking at the amount of tariff cost associated with each of the origin destination movements from the tariffs table. So here we can see that most of the tariff cost, even in the baseline, is associated with moving product from China to the US. If we switch to the baseline with new tariffs, then we can see that that significantly drives the tariff costs associated with those large volumes that we're sourcing from China into the US. And this is what's driving that dramatic increase to 615 million of overall tariff costs. And then if we move to our final scenario, where we're optimizing the end-to-end supply chain, considering those new tariff costs, we can see that the flows have dramatically changed. And now there are no raw material products being brought into the US at all. The raw materials are now all flowing from China into Mexico. And the finished goods, consumables and rockets are now being made in Mexico and then imported into the US. So even though we're paying additional tariffs on finished products imported to the US from Mexico, overall it significantly reduced our tariff costs from 615 million to 274. Given the uncertainty around continually changing tariffs, we need to enable many stakeholders across our organisation to self-service, to rapidly run what-if scenarios, to both understand the impact of changing tariffs, as well as exploring sensitivities, easily testing a range of tariff changes and quickly evaluating what that means for the supply chain. To enable this, we have a pre-built Cosmic Frog for Excel app. So this app and the model are both available in the resource library. You can just go and download those straight into your account. So with this app, any user in the organisation can very easily generate a matrix between all origins and destinations from the tariff table that's been defined within the model. So in this example, we're testing a sensitivity to say, what if the tariffs and the duties between China and the US double, and between Mexico and the US go up by 50%. And then once these sensitivity assumptions have been easily defined, the model can be simply run directly from the app. And so once the end-to-end supply chain has been optimized, considering those new tariff assumptions, we can see that all the detail in terms of the flows, the quantities, and the associated tariff costs for every origin, destination, and product are returned to the application, so the user can easily understand the impacts. Now, when building your model, you may not have any tariff or duty rate data. Even if you have, it changes so frequently you need to be able to continually refresh that data. So to ensure this is both easy and fast, we've partnered with Avalara, a leading tax compliance platform, and provide you with a Cosmic Frog for Excel app that allows you to easily generate your tariff table based on your model, classify your products with harmonized system or HS codes, and then look up the latest duty rates. So let's hop on over and take a look at the tariff building app. We can see that firstly we can connect it to a model, define which model we want to work against, and then we can go and build the tariff automatically. We can select what data we want to use, whether we want to use name, region or country from the customers, facilities and suppliers that are represented in our model. Once the tariff's been created, we can then classify the products with harmonized system or HS codes. And to do this, we need to provide as much product master information as we can from our systems. And then we're simply able to put in our Avalara API key, and then we can classify all of our products with HS codes. And then finally, we can put in our Avalara API key and then run the duty rate lookup. And this will get the very latest duty rates for every origin, destination and HS code. And here's an example of some tariff data that's been created using the app. We can see here that we're moving products from China to the US. Based on that product master information provided, it's returned the harmonized system, the HS code, and then we've been able to look up the very latest duty rate. All of the capability in the Excel Tariff Builder app is also available as utilities directly within Cosmic Frog. We can see here that we can generate the tariff, we can classify our harmonized system codes against our products, and then we can also look up the duty rates, getting the latest from the Avalara platform. To summarize, we've taken a look at the new Lumina Tariff optimization capabilities in Cosmic Frog. This allows us to optimize the end-to-end supply chain and minimize the impact of increasing tariffs. We've seen how the Lumina Cosmic Frog for Excel app can enable stakeholders across the organization to self-service and rapidly run and explore tariff sensitivity scenarios. And then where you do not have any tariff data or you require the latest duties data, we've seen how we can use the Tariff Builder Excel app and the utilities within Cosmic Frog that are all integrated to the Avalara tax compliance platform that gives you everything you need to be able to do tariff and duty rate modeling.